Hi everyone, this might be the last series for non-legendary units video that I'll discuss at the moment. I'll try to cover more units in the futures when I have the chance to bring them up for you. For this video, I would like to share some healer units that I think worth to be mentioned for your reference on building your team in Sword of Convallaria. In my opinion, healer has an important role, especially in early game when we don't have any access of the lifesteal from the engraving or high rank skill from the units. The main function of the healer is not only to recover your unit's health, but also dispelling debuff and giving some buff for your units. So, here are the units that I would recommend to invest as your healers. The first one is Angel. She is actually a good healer and buffer based on her trait, which increases her healing skill effect up to 15% and giving the target up to 3 level 1 buffs after healing other allies. This unit possesses a single target healing and a big AoE healing that will also dispel 1 debuff from your unit. In the other words, not only that she could heal and giving your unit buff with big AoE, but also she could help you to dispel 1 debuff every time she heals your units. Her reaction ability could also active by receiving healing, which will giving her 20% damage reduction for 2 turns. At rank 7, she has access to Aura ability that will increase your magic defense by 30% for all the friendly ally within 2 squares from her. You could also put a passive ability called Aesthetic that would provide her with a buff called Penance every time she got hit by the enemies. That Penance stuff could be stacked up to 3 times, and as long as you have this buff, that means you could generate extra energy for her in every turn. I would personally use her as AoE healer or buffer for my team and let her got 1 hit to trigger her passive, then spam AoE heals for my team. And here is my recommendation build for her. Next one we have Nightingale. She is quite unique healer that has special function, I guess. Most of her healing skills are instant, with low energy and 3 turns cooldown. None of them are be able to dispel any debuff, and scaling with the maximum health percentage healing, and also provide some good buffs such as damage reduction and regeneration. Her trait provides her up to 30% area damage reduction, and on special condition, when there is a unit with dying status within her range, she will gain extra 2 squares movement and up to 200 speed, and reduce all her skill cooldown by 2 rounds when she starts the action or the turn. She also has access to anesthetic skill that could put your enemy to sleep status for 2 rounds, and I think this skill is so useful to disable your enemy healer so they couldn't support their team, and that will lead you to victory. At rank 9, she would be able to access silencing attack for her normal attack. That she might be able to use every turn to disable enemy in injured state from using active skills because she's be able to heal with the instant skills and attack at the same turn. Her painkiller is a very strong skill. It could heal 20% of the target maximum health and give 30% of damage reduction with another buff, regenerate 20% of your maximum health at the end of the turns for 3 turns. Here is my recommendation of the skill tree for her as a healer. As usual, the last one is Area Light Conjurer. She is a free unit that you would get on your very first pull with Maisa, and basically she would be our very first healer in the early game. If you don't pull any epic or legendary healer on your team, don't worry, this unit is still available and could still support you through early to mid-game contents. Her trait is giving her magic attack up to 15% and 1 extra range for her all healing skills. She has 2 good skills for dispelling debuff. The first one is Purification, that is an instant heal that will heal 10% of the maximum health and dispel up to 3 debuff from the target. And the other one, you can get it when she reached rank 7, called Purifying Lights, which is an AoE support skill that removes 3 debuffs within 3 squares of the target and giving them regeneration to generate 20% of their maximum health in every turn. She is pretty straightforward healer that focuses more on dispelling debuffs that might be good for specific stages on PvE contents, but her skill has a really long cooldown. So pretty much what she can do is a single target healing. Here is my recommendation skill tree for the Light Conjurer. Well, there are still some of the healers that I haven't discussed with you guys at this point, but I'll try to cover them up later if I have more resources or information about them. As usual, I hope you could always get something from my video as your reference for your strategy on building your own team. Feel free to give your thoughts and which unit is your most favorite healer. Let me know on the comment section below. See you on the next video and take care. Bye now.